be on Friday, and we will send out to you the things when Thursday or Friday, tomorrow or Friday. So I think we should start off without much ado. Now, Mr. Wong has been many years with Elkin, a highly qualified nutritionist, given umpteen talks all over, and at the same time, he speaks very good English and topics that are so complex, easily understandable without using very bombastic words. Over to you, Mr. Wong.
Okay, thank you.
I'll mute except Mr. Wong.
Wong, you turn on.
Turn on your unmute yourself, Wong.
Okay, can everyone see me and the slide?
Yes, yes. Very good.
All right, thank you. Thank you and good afternoon to everyone. I'm very happy to meet everyone in the very good afternoon. And as what our President Gabriel said, today we're going to share something which is good to help moderate our immune system. So as what you can see from the slide here, the main topic for our sharing today is basically around our immune moderator product called ElfaheX. But before we talk about this immune moderator product, it's good to look at the basic concept of how are we going to manage our health, and in particular, how are we going to reduce immune-related problems as we are facing with a lot of immune-related diseases nowadays. So let's ask our own self questions. Do you want to be healthy? I believe every one of us want to have a healthy body, isn't it? Because by having a healthy body, we can do whatever we want to do. We can go everywhere that we want to go. But of course, at this moment where MCO is still enforced, we have to stay at home, right? But in other days, when we have a healthy body, we can plan our activities freely. So this is the value of having a healthy body. So and this is the dream for every one of us. Because if you are not healthy, then of course we will be suffering from all kinds of diseases. And in order to manage the diseases, probably we have to go through a lot of harmful medications or taking too much of these drugs, or probably we need to go through the chemotherapy or even radiotherapy, which may not be good for our body. So by having a healthy body, it should be the only objective for every one of us at different stages. All right. Of course, we do not ever think about this healthy concept before most of us get the problems. Okay. I hope after my sharing today, we should have a proper planning on how are we going to achieve this healthy body as our goals. If we want to be healthy, one of the elements that we find a way is to have a healthy immune system. I believe some of you may have heard about these immune systems. But do you know what is immune system and how the immune system help to maintain a good health? Well, in order to achieve a good immune system, we have to make sure all our immune cells, that include T cell, B cells, and some of the macrophages, and natural killer cells are all in good conditions. I will elaborate more in my sharing later. But bear in mind, a good immune system does not necessarily mean a strong immune system, because a very strong or hyperactive immune system may lead to many unwanted health conditions. Okay, we should have a balanced or moderated immune system so that we can achieve a good health at all times. So a good immune system, again, is not to be very strong. Otherwise, it will cause a lot of big trouble in our life. But there are many factors that may affect So I will focus very much on how to maintain the immune system. A good immune system can sometimes be affected by a lot of internal and external factors. Let's take some example here. For the first one, okay, what is this? Okay, stress. Okay, we may have a lot of stress. Yeah, either we produce internally or we get it from friends or even family members. Those stress are
So
sometimes
sorry,
good. The
the
stress
line.
can
So
express.
sorry, the line is like breaking in between. I'm not sure. Is it just my laptop is like can hear and cannot hear?
Can others hear my voice?
Yeah. Breaking, Wong. Yeah.
Breaking, yeah. Okay. I'm so sorry because the line is sometimes not very well. So just bear with me because it's going to rain now. So I'm not sure if the line is good or not. I try to repeat if you want me to say it again because there is nothing that I can do. Try to find the best location where the line is the strongest moment.
Okay. This slide, I
I,
think need your help to restart again. This slide.
you want me to start again with this
Just
slide?
yeah, just this slide.
And no
Because
problem. I just hear the voice of the rain coming down already. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's repeat again on this slide. Okay, so what is this slide? Okay, actually it talks about the hidden dangers. Okay, the possible risk factors that may affect our immune system. Well, there are many challenges that we are facing either internally or externally. For example, the first one. Uh, this is the stress, okay? And the image represents the stress. Stress can be something positive because it activates our motivation, yeah, to do something better. But over too much of stress may cause a lot of dangers to our internal functions. Okay, so we have to manage the stress properly, and of course sometimes we degree, right? So we have to know how to manage our stress, try to minimize the effect of stress so that it will not affect the general function of our body. Yeah, because stress is one of the biggest contributors for immune disorders, right? So we have to reduce the stress effectively. Other than stress, environmental pollution may also affect our immune systems. In other words, if we expose to polluted air, polluted, contaminated water, right? Or some other pollution out there, okay? It will first affect the way how our body responds to external environment, and secondly, it will also affect the general function of our body, yeah, by absorbing the nutrients, for example, okay, or getting the essential elements to function normally. Okay, so environmental pollutions will become one of the big challenges, okay? Especially all of us who are staying in town, you know, or city. Yeah? This is something that we cannot control, but we need to have a good plan, yeah, in order to reduce the effect of external pollution. Of course, last but not least, diet, yeah, or food intake is one of the possible factors that we can change, right? This is a modifiable factors, okay? And of course, this is the biggest modifiable factors that we can do something on, yeah? Because by looking at the picture here, we know that these are the food that we like very much, but most of the fried food, yeah, or oily food contains elements that may affect the nutrient absorption, and of course, too much of unhealthy food intake will increase our risk for most of the cardiovascular diseases. Okay, and at the end, it will reduce our immune ability towards the diseases and so on. Right. So we have to control what we eat, because this is the easiest way that we can do in fighting with probably the virus infections nowadays. Okay, so these are the three biggest challenges that we are facing, and I believe we cannot run away. Yeah, the only thing is we have to change ourselves, yeah, in adapting to these external and of course internal challenges. So we need the immune system because immune system plays an important role defense in protecting the body. Okay, so we need the immune systems to function optimally. Okay, when we say optimally, it doesn't mean immune system is at a very hyperactive level. Okay, so we need immune system that can work whenever we need the protection, right? Especially against the bacteria, viruses, and sometimes parasites and so on, right? So this is the main role played by the immune system in general. All right. So how to balance our immune systems? I will go directly on the product, and later we will see how this product helps in terms of immune motivation. Okay, but of course, this ElfaheX is classified as the powerful immune moderator product because of the ingredient, right? As it has been proven, effectively, from the clinical studies and of course from human studies as well. So back to our immune system, the main important thing is we need to have a balanced immune system. Okay, we don't want to be very strong or very weak. We need to be in balance level. So of course, for ElfaheX, the main role is to moderate or to balance the immune system, as it is the foundation of good health. All right. So anything, other than immune system, it is too strong or too weak, it's not good for our body. So this is a basic, the concept of good health for the immune system. But if our immune system is out of balance, what are the possible chain reactions that may happen to all of us? Well, these are the possible problems that may come out if our immune system is, for example, allergies. Do you know how allergy develops? Allergy develop because the immune cells are too reactive to the elements. For example, some people are not tolerable with flowers or pets, or even seafood, right? So these are the automatic body response towards the external agents. But in fact, these external agents are not harmful to the body. It's just because our immune system are too reactive, that the immune cells think that these external agents are harmful or potentially harmful to the body. Okay, so we will develop allergies because of the imbalance of immune systems. And these allergies may sometimes develop from the very young adulthood. Okay, but of course it will continue until we reach 40 or 60s. But of course, allergies can sometimes be easily managed by reducing the immune system. In other words, we can try to reduce the power of this immune system, develop the size of allergies. Okay, and of course, other than allergies, potentially develop autoimmune problems when our immune system are too reactive. But these autoimmune problems are targeted mainly on our internal parts. For example, our joints or our organs. Okay, so some people, like for example, those who have osteoarthritis. Okay, so these are the osteoarthritis or even some skin problems. Okay? These are the common autoimmune problems that elder people may develop. Of course, these autoimmune problems can also develop in adulthood. Sometimes it happens in children as well. Okay, as long as if there is imbalanced immune system, this will happen. Okay? And well, when immune system are too low or too weak, we will be easily infected with bacteria or virus infections. For example, flu, cough, or something related to mosquito bite like dengue. So these are the common bacteria or virus infections, including the COVID-19 nowadays. Okay, so this is fall under this category. And of course, other than that, if immune system is too weak, it will also tend to develop inflammation or some chronic conditions in order to allow the body to recover normally. This is the internal response towards the imbalanced immune system. And somehow for people who have a very low immune system, this could happen, yeah, the abnormal cells development, yeah, or we call it tumors or cancers, okay, but this is at a very serious stage, right? So these are the potential health problems that may sometimes happen, yeah, if our immune system are out of balance. So for ElfaheX, yeah, what it does is it will moderate the immune systems because it has this what we know as super mushroom. But what is so special about this super mushroom? It has this MIME, the mycelium immunomodulator extract. And so this ingredient is the patented ingredient in ElfaheX that works by moderating the immune systems. Yeah? So for this product, we have 6 uniqueness and 4 benefits. Yeah? We go through it one by one. Yeah? So this is the one that we are looking. All right. So these are the 6 uniqueness. Let's look at it from the first one, the uniqueness one. Of course, as I said, it is the special patented MIME ingredient. And this MIME is originally developed, yeah, and found through the research with Tokyo University in Japan, right? So a lot of studies, researchers have been taken to identify what are the key elements in immune moderation. And finally, the scientists has come up with a conclusion that this MIME are the most effective ingredient that provide an immune moderation effect in most. Because of this, it's been used until now to help in people with immune compromised condition. Right? So you can see from here this mycelium immeriter modulated extract with the highest content of polysaccharides of alpha glucan. Right? So we'll explain to you later on what is alpha glucan. So what is the main source of this? If you look at this, what is this? This is mushroom, right? But MIME does not get from the fruiting part of the mushroom. Yeah, what the scientists, or the manufacturers get from MIME is actually through the mycelia, or the root part of the mushroom. Yeah, so this is something very unique, right? Something very special, as it contains a very minimal amount of high polysaccharide content. But because of the research and also studies on these polysaccharides, the scientists are now able to extract the selected part of the mycelia that contains acetylated alpha glucan, which has an immune moderation effect. Right. So this is the very special part of this MIME, and it is it is from the selected super mushroom. And why we use the word super mushroom? Because this mushroom is not the normal mushroom that we eat, okay? And in fact, this is the hybrid of different types of mushroom, and they have been carried out many studies. So the scientists use the hybrid form of mushroom to get the mycelia part of this polysaccharide, right? And because of this, we are able to get a special ingredient, especially for the immune response. Okay, well, after the extraction, what we need to go through is actually on the manufacturing process. So our manufacturing process or cultivation process has been awarded with US patent. So the manufacturing process are a very unique and very high standard manufacturing process, where you can see from here that each and every step of manufacturing process or cultivation process are well regulated and and in a very good quality and high quality factories. And it's not done by a normal lab, but in a special ISO and also HSCCP certified laboratories, where we want to ensure the ingredient, the extract from the very beginning, from the mycelia of this basilar myocarda, are well preserved until the end of the process. Okay, so this is a very special and unique patented process, and you can see from this special mycelial part, you will be going through different steps, altogether 9 steps, from the cell culture, shaking culture, aeration culture, pre-culture, main culture, and then after that you will go through the enzyme reaction, and then after this followed by concentration before the end products are produced. Okay, and each and every culture are well regulated, and they are controlled. They are well controlled by the specialists in the manufacturing process. Okay, and on top of that, in each of the culture, liquids are added gradually. So you can see from the cell culture, the liquids are very little compared to the shaking culture. This is to prevent the contamination of certain elements into the subject, okay, into the samples, okay, before it goes to the next level. Okay, so the water or the liquids are added gradually, and this is something very unique as compared to what other factories are doing up there, because in most of the factories practice, maybe some will add a very big amount of water at the very beginning as contrast to this process. Okay, and once the manufacturing process are completed, we will also conduct this what we call as DNA patent testing. The main purpose is to verify mRNA identity, to make sure what it has at the end level is the same as the very beginning at the extraction level, right? So we want to preserve all the ingredients, so that all the immune moderation effects are easily seen by those who take this product. Okay, so this is a special test that can be done in some of the laboratory, especially in pharmaceutical grade laboratories. And not all factories or not laboratories are able to go through this DNA patent testing. And we have for ElfaheX. So what are the differences in terms of ingredients for our product as compared to other mushroom or polysaccharide products in the market? So you can see the difference is, of course, in ingredient part. ElfaheX contains acetylated alpha-glucan, whereas most of the mushroom or polysaccharide products in the market are mainly contains beta-glucan. And this beta-glucan has a higher molecular weight compared to alpha-glucan. So which one is good? Because if you look at the efficiency of the low molecular weight alpha-glucan, it has a better absorption, and therefore it provides faster effect compared to beta-glucan with higher molecular weight. This is especially important because for immune compromised person, they need a faster supply of what we call as alpha-glucan in order to produce the immune response. Okay, so a faster absorption will ensure a faster effect for people with immune disorder. Okay, as compared to as compared to beta-glucan. Okay, so in general, people who take ElfaheX will have an increase of natural killer cells 100% more than those who take beta-glucan. That means we have a better result compared to other mushroom or polysaccharide products in the market, because others, as you can see, has a higher molecular weight. So we always aim for low molecular weight. It has about 5,000 daltons only. Right? And why we have 5,000 daltons? Because of the manufacturing process that breaks down the molecular weight in a very small sizes, so that it can be easily absorbed for the body. And what are the uniqueness of ElfaheX? Well, after the manufacturing process of course, there are many things that we can do. The scientists are not stopped there. They will continue to do the research. They will continue to do the studies. And of course, every year they will have this international symposium to discuss and to share the research studies, findings, and so on. so that everyone will get to know what are the latest findings or what are the latest use of MIND on immune health, especially on immune-related condition, right? So we get all the updates from this symposium almost every year, so that you will have to let people understand more on the use of ElfaheX and MIND. And this MIND are also studied by more than 100 universities worldwide. Okay, includes most of the famous universities in the world, like University, Harvard University, University of Tokyo, and so on. So many well-known universities in the world, in either Japan, UK, Korea, US, and so on, are studying this MIND. And of course, they have found many effective use of MIND towards many health conditions, right? So we should be proud of, because it has been trusted by many higher institutions, right? And because of the effectiveness of this product, then only the universities are willing to take these samples as part of their studies. And not only universities, there are more than 700 hospitals and clinics worldwide use MIND for their patients with immune-related condition. Because they know some doctors found that by using drugs or medication, together with chemotherapy or radiotherapy alone, may not be effective in controlling some of the deadly disease like tumor and so on, right? So they incorporate this MIND as part of their treatment regime, okay, and they found a very good response on their patients. Okay, so it has been used by many hospitals worldwide. Okay, and we believe more and more patients will be benefited by the use of MIND as more findings are continue to review, right? So, and also it is suitable for Muslim friends, because it also certified halal by the IFANCA, right? So it can be consumed by nearly everyone, this MID. So these are universal, right? And some of the studies that we have been gathered, for example, the use of MID in asthma shows nearly half of the reduction in asthma symptoms, right? A good sign for people who have this allergy problem, and it is also effective in reducing the inflammation in the digestive system, colitis, and it helps in influenza-related problem, and also it helps to improve the immune response, for people who have developed the tumors, right? For example, gastric cancer and colon cancer, and many more. Okay, and of course, among all these, immune modulation is still the #1 subject of study for many researchers. Okay, and of course, including infections, it helps in reducing the infectious diseases response. And of course, the key uniqueness or the key use of MID for immune systems are listed here. Okay, as you can see, some of the studies has found that by taking MID over a long period of time, not too long, but of course within a reasonable period of time, it increased the macrophages activities, increased the cytokines level, it increased also the natural killer cells activities, and it also helps in increasing the dendritic cells activity. Okay, so what does it mean by increasing the macrophages activities? Well, you can see, these are the macrophage, right? So once we have taken this MID, especially for people with immune-related condition, these macrophages will be activated. Of course, it will be activated, and the number of macrophages will be increased, so that it helps to engulf or to destroy the pathogens, same like the Pac-Man here. You can see, you will shallow, or you will destroy the pathogens, so that you will reduce the infection, for example, okay, and to help people to recover faster. because the main function of these macrophages is to control the number of pathogens in the body once it enters the body. Okay, so by reducing the number of pathogens, it increases the ability of the immune cells to recover at a faster rate. Okay, so this is one of the benefits of taking this MIND. Okay, for people especially with immune compromised condition. And on top of that, it also increased the cytokine level. So what does this cytokines do? This cytokine act as a messenger. Okay, so it will send out the message throughout the immune system in our body, and these messengers are very much important because it will you will have to inform other immune cells in the body so that the other immune cells can come to support or to react accordingly. Same like this satellite, as you can see, for example, these are the satellites. So the main function of this satellite is to display the information or to spread out the information to everyone on the earth. Okay, same like in our body, in our cells. Okay, we need the cytokine so that the information can be carried to the necessary part of our body. Of course, in this situation, the information shall go through the central part of our immune level, so that not only macrophages will come, but also other immune cells will also will be activated. So we need the cytokines as a messenger to deliver the information, so that you will enhance the better recovery of our immune system. And also at the same time, it is found that by taking the ElfaheX, it also will increase the natural killer cells activity. So the natural killer cells is actually like the soldier who are ready in our body. By increasing the number of natural killer cells and the activities of natural killer cells, it will be able to destroy or to kill the invading pathogens easily when we are exposed to these unhealthy cells out there, right? Whether it's bacteria or viruses. Right? And in terms of the activation of natural killer cells activities, this is one of the studies done by the research where they look at the 34 cancer patients with different types of cancer, aged from 2 to 72 years old. Okay, so but they are given different types of products, different group of people. There are 4 groups here. Group A will given one of the elements, one of the immune products. Group B will be given another types of product, and group C are given different types of product. And the last group was given the MIND. So the black color one is the result before the consumption of that product, and we see a great improvement for the last group and the MIND group, with the increase of natural killer cells activity. And this is on the cancer patient, 34 cancer patient. So the conclusion of this study say that if you have an immune compromised condition, even at a very serious stage, MID may help to improve the immune response. For example, in this case, it increase the natural killer cell activity so that you can fight with the abnormal cells much effective compared to other substances in other groups. All right, so this is indeed a good news for many of us. And last but not least, MID also helps to increase the number and activities of dendritic cells. So this dendritic cell is also act as a messenger, and this dendritic cell is mostly found on the external part, where it is usually found at the lining of our intestinal tract, skin, nose, lungs, even stomach. Because this dendritic cell is the immune cells at the front liner, on the first line of defense. We have different lines of defense in the body. Okay, so the first liner or the first line of defense is to protect the body against the potential pathogens. Okay, so if the first line of defense is broken, then only it comes to the second or third front of defense. Okay, so we need the dendritic cells so that we can kill the bacteria to protect our body. And it is found in mRNA that it works. Okay, because it increases the number of dendritic cells. Okay, and these dendritic cells are effective on virus infection also. Okay, so these are the places with many dendritic cells. And some dendritic cells can also be found in the blood, but they are immature form. But they can be activated. Once they are activated, they can work also same like those dendritic cells in this place. Okay, so basically it covers macrophages, natural killer cells, dendritic cells, and also cytokines. And so the efficiency of ElfaheX is mainly on these immune cells. And to summarize all this, mRNA is effective in also other forms of various infections like this MRSA, okay, methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus. It also found to be effective for influenza and West Nile virus. Okay, so we can see even it is for virus, it also show a very good response. You can see before and after, right? So the effect of mRNA is much greater compared to others. So what mRNA do actually? Okay, so if we take ElfaheX, well, it has this mRNA, and the mRNA is especially important to optimize our immune system or to moderate our immune system. Not only for immune compromised people, but for all of us. Because it is good for health maintenance. It's good for maintaining a healthy immune system. Okay, and if you have some immune-related condition, the second step is it will protect and it will kill some of the pathogens by activating some of the immune cells in the body. And that's the reason why some people who have developed some ill health recover faster with the consumption of this mRNA. All right, so it's good for healthy people. It is also effective for those who are sick. Right, and it also found to reduce inflammation. Inflammation can happen in blood vessels. It can also happen at the joint, or any part of our body, as long as there are infections or what we call immune disorders. Okay, so this is mainly on the immune system. But other than immune health, mRNA also helps in improving the gastrointestinal flora, the good bacteria in our intestine, which indirectly help to improve our immune system. Okay, so we need to maintain a good balance of good bacteria in our body. Okay, so mRNA is shown to be effective to increase the number of good microbiota, and it is also used in oncology, for people who are diagnosed with cancer or tumor. And it can be used together with chemotherapy or radiotherapy, because it helps to reduce the side effect, by taking this mRNA together with drugs or radiotherapy and so on. Okay, and it improves the quality of life, so that you won't feel too much of pain or inflammation, and of course it provides the energy to the body. And some studies also found mRNA also is effective in a new field called nutrigenomics, a nutrition in how it works on the genetic level. All right, so it is a deeper layer of our body, right? So this is something good for our health, by taking the mRNA. So for normal people, you can take one soft gel 2 times a day. If you have some immune-related condition, you may take 2 soft gel a day for the first day until the third day, and then you increase the consumption day 4 onwards, 5 to 6 soft gels a day. This is for people who have immune-related condition, whether allergies or not, or whether it's infection or abnormal cells and so on. But generally, for a healthy person, who want to maintain a good health, 1 day 2 soft gel should be sufficient enough. Yeah? So if you have not started taking this MIE, we always suggest you to start taking it now, because we want to protect our body from the very beginning as a prevention. Yeah? We don't want to wait. Yeah? Once the disease has gone into serious stage, it will be too late, yeah, for you to balance the immune system. So if you are not taking, you should start now. If you are taking already, you may continue the consumption, because there's no harm to continue. Yeah, as it is all natural food, and it's extracted from the mushroom. Yeah? It's the mushroom that we eat. Yeah? Of course, it's a special mushroom with the hybrid of many types of mushroom. Yeah? The beneficial mushroom. And if you want to have a healthy life with MIE, not only you start taking it, yeah, or you continue the consumption, but you should share to others, so that other people to stay healthy, yeah, at the same time. Right? So this is our suggestion, yeah, for people who want to maintain a good health. Okay? So when we come to immune system, yeah, I believe this MIE is the keyword, yeah, for all of us. Right? So always talk about this MIE, so that we will get our immune system back to normal, balanced level. So once our immune system back to normal, then most of the immune-related condition should be, reduced at an effective rate.
Wong,
Yes.
we lost you in the last 2 slides. Maybe you go back to the recommended consumption. Yeah. Could you share with us one more time where adults, where they are healthy, 1 soft gel 2 times per day. When they have some immune system disorder, can you repeat this slide?
Okay, can, no problem. So our normal recommendation for adult is 1 soft gel 2 times a day. Okay, this is for adult. Yeah, so you can take 2 soft gels together at one time, also allow. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, but since you have many other products to take, also you can split into 2 times. Yeah, but at least 1 day you take 2 soft gels, right? So if you have certain immune-related condition, for example, you may have allergies, and you may have autoimmune problems, or you may suffer from various infectious disease, then we suggest you to increase the dosage gradually. Yeah? From day 1 to day 3, you may just stick to 2 soft gel first, because we don't want to increase so much until your body are not able to absorb, yeah, at the very beginning. But after that, from day 4 onwards, you may increase the dosage to 5 to 6 soft gels a day. Okay, so this is for immune related conditions. If you have certain health condition, you may increase the dosage, because based on our information, there is no harm for you to take up to 5 to 6 soft gels every day, to moderate or to bring down the immune back to the normal level.
Question, Wong, what about people already into the chronic stage, like cancer, stage 3, stage 5? Should they go beyond the 6 soft gels per day?
Yes, if those who have already been diagnosed with cancer at a very serious stage, it's okay for them to take more than 6 soft gels. Sometimes some people can take up to 10 soft gels a day, because the upper limit can be even higher for. Of course, we have to see the body reaction. Try to increase the dosage slowly, as we do not want to increase the side effect, the possible body reaction in people who have a low immune system, especially those who have already developed the cancer. All right, so we can increase the dosage up to 6, 7, or even until 10, gradually.
Okay.
I have a question here, Mr. Wong.
Sure, Mr.
With
Yang.
regards to this ElfaheX, is there any other product in the 19 to 20 different wellness products that's listed in the price list that does the same protection for the immune system?
Okay, for immune system, what we know for ElfaheX is well known, yeah, but I'm not sure if there are other similar products in the market with the same effects or not. Yeah? But as I say, in ElfaheX we have this alpha glucan. Yeah, even though there are similar products in the market, but most of them are in beta form. Okay, so if their product is in beta form, I wonder the effectiveness can be as high as our mRNA.
But what is the alternative besides this out of the 19 different products that we have?
The alternative. That means
And any other products besides ElfaheX?
besides ElfaheX.
Yeah.
You want to know alternatives in our company product or other company product?
Okay.
Mr. Ya, I think he's asking for our company product. What is the other immune system booster that you would recommend?
Oh, okay. Well, other than ElfaheX, we have other product, but the effects is not up to this ElfaheX. For example, we have this ELG6, the colostrum product. We also have spirina that contains some elements in immune system. So for ElfaheX in particular, yeah, it is mainly targeted on immune. So if you want to look at some product which is very effective for immune system, I believe this is the number one that you should choose, rather than other products like IG6 or spirina. Yeah, because this is particularly effective on our immune system as compared to other products.
Wong, maybe I stand corrected. Hear me out. When we talk about the MRT, right, we're talking about feeding the cells. So in feeding the cells, we need the protein, the vitamins, and the minerals, plus a few other things. And that is well represented in either spirulina or the ElfaheX. Okay? Then we take in the vitamin C because we don't produce, our body cannot produce vitamin C, plus the Kington, primarily because we will have a better spread of the minerals. Now this will go towards, strengthening, right? The cells, the new cells that are being made will be much, much more complete and therefore should be more healthy. And therefore over time, when we take all these, our body, right, when all the cells are replaced with healthy cells, we should be functioning optimally. But as far as I can understand, like the LG6 or even the ElfaheX, they are very specific in the sense that should we, right, or we want to maintain a better immune system to modulate it, or in terms of the IG6, the IgG, then we will take specific things to help us to be able to, in this particular time, like the COVID-19, where the dendritic cell will help in the nose and the lungs area. It is even much more significant today to take these, but in general, we should be taking these if and we can well afford it, I'll put it this way. But it is essential now, this ElfaheX should be taken over this period of time to modulate our immune system so that we can fight, should the virus come into contact with us, we are able to conquer it at the first line of defense. Over to you, Wong. I'm not sure whether you want to add anything on to that.
Yes, what you share is correct. Yeah, if you want to maintain a good health, actually we need a combination of different type of nutrients. So this ElfaheX is very specific only on immune system. But of course, in order to maintain a good immune system, we may need to add on other nutrients as well. Okay, so because as what we know in MRT or molecular reform therapy, a cell requires different types of nutrients, and they should be well regulated in different steps, right? But back to the immune topic, yeah, if you want to especially highlight on the immune response or immune protection, this ElfaheX is particularly suitable, yeah, for people, especially at this moment. Okay, but of course, other than ElfaheX, we should also incorporate other products like spirulina, ecstasy, ELG6, Orkington, isotonic at the same time. Even though they are not very specific on immune system, but they act together and to allow a normal function of the total system in the body.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it is fitting in all the different jigsaw puzzles where we must have
correct, yes.
We must have regular exercise, we must have clean air, clean water, adequate sleep and all that. So taking any of our product by itself is not the solution. It's only part of the solution. And I can also say, doesn't matter where we are in this world, there's no one magic pill where it will give us not only the immune system, but it will also keep us healthy and this and that. It comes from a variety of jigsaw puzzles. So as we have mentioned, the ElfaheX or the spirulina together with the ecstasy and also the Orkington should maintain our body health adequately. Additional ElfaheX or IG6 or other things like Live Extra will help our body to function even better because the blood flow is better with the Live Extra. The ElfaheX will moderate our immune system for the right occasion. We'll come out strong, fighting fit. And the LG6 will also have the growth factors and all that, so that we are also growing, well in that sense. I believe when we understand the MRT in the general sense, we can see the different products falling into the different categories, step 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it is a good combination where we will have a very, very good fighting chance of fighting this virus or any other virus that can come in the future.
Yeah, it's totally true. As we need all these elements to function as a whole. We don't look at individual elements, but we have to combine all these together so that the whole body systems can work optimally.
Anyone else, any other question? Because we only got about 5 minutes left.
Wong, June here. The mycelium, remember the slide that you show us that the super mushroom, that
okay.
slide there, I have a few questions.
Sure.
You said that, what is that thing called? At the bottom, that picture.
Can you show the picture, Wong? The mycelium, the super mushroom.
The mycelia. That thing is called mycelia, is it?
Yes, yes.
The mycelia is where your abstract alpha glucan out.
Yes.
So this one, that one, is it through the soil? That one, is it like the mushroom on top and the thing at the bottom, is it all underneath the soil? Usually
this is under the soil. This is under.
Oh,
mycelia is actually the root. Yeah. In other words, it is called the root, but mycelia is the scientific name of this special part of the root.
Oh man, sorry, I lost you there. Mycelia is the special name.
It's the scientific name. The term used in the scientific field, we call it mycelia. In layman, we call it root, and this basidial mycota is actually the name of the mushroom.
Okay.
So the mycelia of basidial mycota simply means the root of the mushroom.
The root of the mushroom. So basically, this one, this super mushroom, is it Elkan planted or who planted one?
Well, it is not Elkan planted. It's the patented. We call it patented mushroom because this one is done with the research from the University of Tokyo. So of course, this is not Elkan. It's not belongs to Elkan. It's belong to the research by some of the parties.
Okay.
We Elkan do not plant this mushroom because it will take a lot of time to plant this.
Okay.
Who is the hybrid of the mushroom? Not the normal mushroom.
Hybrid. So this research, you say the research party, who are they? In short, like when we say this is
the main research institution is
Tokyo University.
Yes.
Okay, so means Alken is collaborating with Tokyo University for this patented mushroom to be sold through Alken. Am I right?
You may say so, yes.
So we are the only one in the world that can sell this ElfaheX.
I'm afraid we are not the only one, because there are many institutions that are using the same ingredient. It's just that we are the one that promote this mRNA to a greater extent for people with immune disorder. There are, of course, in other parts of the world, some are using the mRNA for their products as well. But we are the one who get this patent, and we are supported from this institution.
Okay, this is
We are not the only one. We are not the only one, but of course, Malaysia, we are the number one.
We are the number one in what way?
In Malaysia, that use this mRNA with the patented ingredient.
Patented ingredient.
But in the world, we are not the only one.
Okay, but we are the name ElfaheX is our name lah. No one else is selling this.
Yeah, ElfaheX is the name given to Alken.
Okay, so means MIME is something that there are other companies around the globe that are also selling in different forms. Okay,
in different names, actually, in different names.
Different name, but they also what I meant for means like Alken chose to sell this in the form of a soft gel, but other companies might around the world might be using this patented ingredient. This patented ingredient do not belong to us, but some party. So this party might sell this patented ingredient to some other companies that might sell this MIME in the form of biscuit, in the form of don't know what, but it could be, right?
There's this possibility.
Okay.
But of course, it is not in Malaysia, it's other parts of the world.
Other parts of the world. Okay. Malaysia, so far, nobody is doing this MIME thing, right? No.
As what we know, we are the number one who sell this. But I'm not sure whether in the future they have others or not. But I don't think we have other companies that sell the same thing here.
I think Wong, June, probably an analogy would be our spirulina. That there are also, spirulina all over, but we don't know how pure or how adulterated they are, what else they mix in. We only know our thing, even if from the same source. Ours is 100% pure, 100% organic, right? For them, as I've said earlier in my talk, that theirs don't come out greenish, blue. When you dissolve it, it come out yellowish and this and that. So what they do with the ingredient, even with this extract, they could mix with other things. I think I can assume, Wong, that ours we are 100% pure. Would that be right?
Yeah, correct. Yes, it is proven. Yeah, with the purity of our mRNA.
Okay, so your slide, I forgot what number lah. That one that show us the manufacturing process, patent on manufacturing process. This is the Tokyo University's manufacturing process, right?
Well, the research done by Tokyo University is to find out this patented ingredient. But this process is from US patent. That means it's other parties in so there is two.
So sorry, Wong, couldn't hear you or the last whole sentence that when you were explaining.
Okay, I repeat again. This Tokyo University is actually mainly on the discovery of mRNA. So the main role is to discover the use of mRNA. On the manufacturing side, it is mainly done by the US-based laboratory. So I think it is two totally different. It does not belong to on the cultivation process.
The line's pretty bad. I think we hear some and we don't hear some. But anyway, I've got to run primarily because I've got another session on, and I may need to close it. One last question, if anyone. Anyone?
Oh, The last question on dosing. You said it can increase the dose of the gels up to maximum 10 soft gels a day. So is it also done by BD dosing when we increase the dose, or it should be recommended like 3 times a day or 4 times a day?
Yeah, and of course, this 10 soft gel a day is only recommended for people who have serious immune disorder.
Yeah, so taken BD or taken TDS?
It can be taken at different times. Of course, not at one time. At different times based on the body's condition. That one we have to analyze differently. For example, it can be 3 to 4 times a day. Okay, each time 2 soft gels.
Okay. Okay. Because I remember you said it might have side effects, so it's better not take so much in one time lah. So we spread it out as we increase the dose lah.
Yeah, because for people who have immune compromised condition, their body may react very strongly. So I'm afraid some may have like vomiting after they take this immune product. So we try to minimize the effect by taking it slowly and gradually.
Okay.
A good idea. I think also at the same time, Wong, the body only can absorb so much. And in particular, in the weakened state, their absorption compromised. So they could not absorb as much as under the normal circumstances. And if you take that high volume in, and this is pure, highly concentrated, a lot may just go out the other end and wasted, you know, the effect of it. So the idea of, let's say, take 10, 3, 3, 4, something like that, the absorption would, I think, would be on a higher percentage, besides the reaction of the body.
Yes, true, correct. This is to ensure a better absorption and not to result in the waste of the absorption.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Wong. Because 4:30, I've got to set up another meeting. That's for the Saturday stop. Unfortunately, Datin Janet will also be coming. Okay, thanks so much. I'll see you Friday, Wong.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for coming in. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Take one photo. Take one photo. Wait.
Okay.
Photo some more. Late already lah.
1, 2, 3. Okay, done.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, see you again.